కనిపిస్తుంది కదా రైట్ ఓకేనా and now we will learn about SCADA. So before knowing what is SCADA, generally we'll go for few slides or few images from the internet. They'll get to know that what is SCADA exactly. So example, so I'll just go for SCADA images. Now you can see on this on the images, and we will select few of them. Example, the first one. This is the best one, I think, right? So now you can see this image, like you can see few tanks are there, pipes and pumps. So what is happening in the tank? I mean, example, so in the if you consider the first tank, so something is mixing, some liquid solution is getting mixed, right? So we have a motor here and we have a pump here. So in this SCADA, we can observe clearly whether the pump is in on condition or in off condition and how much power it was consuming. In the same way, we can observe whether the motor of the mixer is in the on condition or in off condition and its power rating. So not only monitoring, but also we can do that. We can also control from SCADA itself. I mean, you can start the pump, you can start the motor, you can stop the pump, you can stop the motor. So what's happening here? We can monitor and we can also control. So in the same way, we have a control valve. So we will call it as control valve. It was controlling the flow of a liquid, right? So in the same way, there are few more pumps and motors and mixers, right? All these things you can see as in the form of animation or a visualization. So SCADA full form is supervisor, control and data acquisition. The name itself indicates that it acts like a supervisor. So what generally in the industry happens, supervisor, he will supervise the work of the labor. I mean, whether the laborers are doing the work or not. So that is nothing but monitoring, right? In the same way, whether the laborers are doing work or not, if they were not doing the work, after monitoring, what supervisor will do? He will assign the work. That is nothing but controlling. So supervisor, it acts like a supervisor in the plant. So supervisor, control is nothing but, as I told you, you can control these all the field applications from the SCADA itself. Data acquisition, moreover, this data acquisition is the most important parameter in the SCADA. Why? Because example, assume that a thermal power plant is there. So you are working as a shift engineer. So you came for the morning shift, so you have done the work. So again the second shift engineer came and he was working. So on the particular day he was on leave or something happened. Okay. So in the morning, in the next day, when you want to come to the industry, there is some accident happened in the industry, assume, because of the high temperature. And you came to the plant and everyone is saying that there is a rise in the temperature because of the issue has happened. You want to go for root analysis. I mean, you want to find the root cause. If you don't have a proper data, I mean, at what time, what is the temperature, and before that and after that, what is the temperature, and what are the parameters, conditions has been done. If you are unable to identify it, so you cannot find a proper solution for that particular problem. So data is more important when you go for a plant. So not only temperature data, it may be level, it may be flow. So all the data is like during the audit time, it will be more important for, like it will be helpful for you. So SCADA will fulfill all the things like by acting as a supervisor, controlling and data acquisition. So you can see few more pictures like that, and this is one more picture, and you can see what is happening here. The same way, this is generally what in the industry we can see. So these all are like these are not real time. I mean, these are taken from the screenshot of the PC as per my idea. So this is exactly what happens in the industry. This is called as mimic valve or control valve. So control room, and this is called mimic valve. Here you can see the total visualization of the plant. The plant may be situated in different areas, but still the data you can see from the control room itself. Here the engineers will be monitoring total plant. Okay, whenever they want, sometimes you will have an engineering station in the same control room, so they will change the things as per the requirement. So I think you got some idea regarding this SCADA. Okay, we will directly start with the software. I think you already aware with TIA portal. As I told you, TIA is nothing but total integrated automation, and we are using version 15.1. So currently in the industry, in the market, 16 is available. So if you have any doubts, please, I'll give you a small break, then you can ask me, or just keep the WhatsApp messages. As you already know about this window, but still I'm giving you one more times information regarding this. We can open older projects, you can create new one, you can migrate the projects, you can check the softwares what we installed in this, and you can change the language if it is required. So basically in the user interface language, during the installation I kept like a German, I mean Dutch and English. So I can manage this whole TIA portal language by selecting this. Example, if I'm going with the Dutch and total, you can see that Windows data has been completely changed as per that. Okay. So I'm creating a new project better. So I'm giving the name, it is called SCADA intro. Other like not giving any name, better. Go for create. Software is available in the internet. If it is possible, try to install that. Now go for configure a device. So already we have done these things in the PLC course. Configuration is nothing but we are selecting the exact product what we have available in the real time. Go for add new device. So in the controllers we can only work with the PLCs, and HMI we can select with the, we can work with the HMI panels. Currently we are working with the SCADA, so we have to work with PC systems, personal computer. Why? Because your SCADA will not be in the form of a hardware, it will be in the form of a software. That is also you can install in the your personal in your systems. From that you will access total SCADA runtime window. We will see that. So here go for SIMATIC HMI application. So as I told you, SIMATIC is nothing but Siemens Automatic HMI human machine interface. In that applications we are working with example WinCC RT Advanced. So WinCC is nothing but Windows Control Center, and RT is nothing but a runtime. So just double click to open the device. So generally we will use this SCADA for the, as I told you, you have seen in the past slides. It will give you the complete information regarding the plant. You can completely monitor, you can modify, you can control it. While if you are working with only HMI panels, that is only for a particular machine. So suppose there is a machine which is running, so the machine contains example few motors. So the best example was, you can go for some, suppose we went for a pharma company and they were going for tablets manufacturing, assume. So there, so the process is like a pan is continuously rotating and they were spraying the liquid on, they were forming the tablets. So at that particular time they required only one HMI panel which is able to control that particular machine. But if you want to control those machines like 10 to 20, you want to monitor and you want to control it, so you will be installing this SCADA. So now you can see this, once the device has been added to your page, again you can see the toolbar, projector window, details view, and catalog window. So in the projector you can see about your project, you will be seeing the sequence of steps. Whether you are adding a new device or you are creating a new screens, whatever it may be, all the things will be, you can monitor in the projector. Details view, it will give you the complete information only the particular device, and this is called catalog window. So already we have seen in the PLC the catalog will be changed as per the device. Suppose if the device is SCADA, as per the SCADA application you can see the required components. Suppose if it is PLC, as per the PLC the catalog will be changed. So here you can see that HMI RTE WinCC RT Advanced. So HMI is nothing but human machine interface, as I already told you. Here you can see the few things like device configuration, runtime settings, screens, screen management, tags, connections, alarms, recipes, historical data, scripts, tasks, cycles, reports, text and graphics, user administration. So these are the things which we can do with the SCADA. So till user administration what we can do in the SCADA, but we will in this session we will be learning how to design the screens and how to do the operations with the basic objects, and after that we'll go with one by one by working with the screen management, alarms, recipes, scripts, tasks, cycles, reports, user administration one by one. Just add new screen. I'm just going for rename. Right click on that. So here you can see few operations, but currently I am just going with rename. After that we will see what is define a start screen, web access, change the object color. We will see one by one. So initially I am going with rename. SCADA intro. Okay. See here you can see the main screen here. We'll be working completely on the screen. On the right side you can see toolbox, elements, controls. You can imagine same thing in the PLC also. Once you have went for the main OB, so there you can see the programming window. On the right side you can see the catalogs. I mean toolbox like basic objects, timers, counters, so comparators, all the operations will be on the right side. So that is the beauty of this TI portal, because all the automation softwares already integrated in the TI portal. So if you work with the PLC, so when you work with the SCADA, it doesn't take much time to understand about the software, because you already expert in the PLC, then you doesn't require that much like a problematic way to understand about the software. So in the toolbox you can see some basic objects. Okay, so initially you will see about the basic objects, then I will let you know about the toolbar which is available on the screen. So on the right side, the basic object, the first operation is like creating the lines. So the first operation what we are working is called as a line. So we will have only 2 points, starting point and ending point. So you will be clicking on the starting point and ending point, automatically the line will be created. Right? So first time what I have done, I went for the double click, and the next time what I have done, I went for the single click, and after selecting the second point, I went for the double click. Right? So you will be creating this line in this way. We'll go with the next one. Next one is called polyline. So for this polyline we'll have multiple points. You can see this, there are multiple points. So when I went for the single click, I'm creating a new point. If I want to close this polyline, I want to end here, go for double click. So once again, see the polyline starting as a single click. So wherever you go for a single click, you can see the point. So whenever you want to end this, go for double click. So this is regarding the polyline. So both the lines will be working while creating the real visualization of some example. So these lines are generally used for interlinking 2-3 components. Suppose assume there is a motor, okay, and there is a switch. So when I switch on, that motor is going for on condition. So when I switch off, that motor is going for off condition. So there is a link between switch and the motor. So those links you can represent by using these lines. So in the coming sessions when we are working with examples, we will be working with both the things. The next one is called polygon. Polygon is nothing but just similar to polyline, but it is creating a object, a figure which is enclosed with few points. So this will help you more during the animation, right? So example, again in the same way, go for a single click. If you want to close here, go for double click. you can create the different objects with the help of this polygon. And the next one is ellipse. So you can create the ellipse of required dia. The next one is called circle. So you can create your required shapes with that. And the next one is triangle, rectangle, you can create the rectangle shapes. Now all these four things will be used to create the objects. Example, a polygon is there. So if you want to create a tank, you can create with the polygon. Suppose if you want to create some pipes, you can create that. So as I showed you some images in the past picture, in the picture you have seen the some tanks has been there, some water is there. So there those tanks you can create with this polygon object. By using this object you can create those images, those tanks, everything, pipes. In the same way, if you want to use represent some lights, example like in the past operation itself, when I switch on, a motor is getting to on condition. So motor is in on condition, I want to show in the form of a light. I can use this any one of the object. Either I can create a ellipse, either I can create a circle, either I can create a rectangle. So when motor is in on condition, I can make this rectangle to green color. That indicates that motor is in on condition. So again when the motor goes to off condition, this rectangle gets back to red color. So I can visualize it by using these objects. I can visualize whether it is in on condition or in off condition. Right? We will see these things also in the next operation. So initially I am just giving you the information about how these basic objects will be working in the SCADA. And the next one is text. So as you know that text is nothing but you can represent anything with the name. Example, as I told you, there is a switch and there is a motor. So bottom to the switch, what I will do, I will give a label name to that. What is the label name? This is motor 1 switch, motor 1 control. So I can give those names here. Right? And the next one, what is the next one? Suppose there is a motor. So right now it was switch what I am controlling it. So in the same way on the other like on the above side there is a motor. So I can also label with the name called motor by using the text, right? Now we'll see all the things in the sequence, right? Motor, give it name as motor 1. Why? Because in the field maybe more than one motor you can see. Motor switch, motor switch, right? So I can label like this, and also this is, if you want, you can also go for control supply. See, this is not I'm For your imagination I'm just giving this, but I'll give you the exactly real time example. So this is only for to understand about the basic objects. I'm creating this particular visualization. So with the help of basic objects, what I have done, I have created a switch, okay, and label name is motor switch. I created it by using the line, so I am giving the label name as control supply. So I have created a motor by using the basic object circle, and I given a name called motor 1. So it will help you to create all these things by using the basic objects. But still you cannot assign this, as I told you that you cannot control from this visualization itself. You need to learn few more things if you want to do that. I think you clear with these things, 1 2 3 4, this, like all these items you are aware with that. Next one will go with the graphics. This is simple, nothing but creating the images on the screen. Just drag and drop onto the screen, right click, go for add graphic. I mean, you can keep some graphic here. So generally it will go to your PC. From the PC you can select as per your required. So what I will do is, like, I will download one image. So any one of the image from the internet, we will download that better. We'll do this. Suppose there are a few things, any one of the image if you want to download, what I'm doing here, go for so directly you can copy paste from here, or go with the name. So just observe that where I am saving this in the pictures, the file name switch. I am saving this particular image. So now go for TA portal, go for add graphic, pictures, okay, it was sorry, like the problem is it was GIF file, and we are saving the GIF file and we are searching in the we are searching as in the form of picture, so it was not showing to us. So I went for one more image. Okay, currently what we will do, like we will only drag and drop those items. I will just show you that what is the issue. If you want an image, you can also do one thing. So this is nothing but adding the graphic onto the screen. Just go for drag and drop. Just for a Google, go for a Google image or any one of the image which is there. Like you can do simple thing is like you can just drag and drop to the this. You'll get the link. If you want to go for a image, open pictures. So I have created two images, right? I want any one of the image into the screen. Just drag and drop. This is one more simple way, but I will let you know why it's not. I think you have to make few changes. We'll do that. So the best thing you can do is just go for drag and drop. So whatever the image you want. So now after that you just change the layout as per you. And you can manage on this. So it will represent a button or a switch. You can like that. So I will show you the GIF files, how to add GIF files, because those are not in the basic objects, those were in the controls. I mean, you can here that operation is there. I will show you that also, how to add GIF file. So you can add the any one of the image, like any images onto the screen by just going for drag and drop. Generally they will go for representing the switches and lights and any motors, tanks and all the things. Not only that, they will be representing plant. So example, they have a name of company name is there. Some we will take some company name. But I will go with Siemens. Suppose you want to add this name as a verb, header, you can also do that. So just go for copy image, open to your portal, paste it. You can keep this one on the top of your screen. Right? So these are the basic important things in the SCADA. Why? Because basic objects, with this only you can make your screen like very beautiful. I mean very with good visualization. Example, I will just show you that. This is my rectangle, right? So observe carefully. You will get to know what I am doing here. So I am doing one more operation here. See, order. So right click on that, go to properties, order. There are few more operations: bring to front, move forward, move backward, send to back. So I will show you one thing, then you will get to know what is meant by this. So when I click on send to back, what happens? This particular basic object has moved to back of the all the objects. See, even this object is also in the front right now. Suppose if you want to make this one to go back, again go for right click and send back. You can see that difference, right? Suppose if you want to make it as bring to front, click on bring to front. Right? So this with these operations, what we can do means, so there is one image on that image. I want to lay one more image with different size or same size as per that you want to adjust. Then by using these commands you can do that. So this is nothing but layer formation. There you can keep more number of layers, one by one you can bring your exact item into the top of your screen. So now on the top, right now we will be working with only one command currently. You can change this background color. You can keep the color whatever you as you required. If you want to change this main screen also, you can do that. Click on the main screen. Say right click on the screen, properties, so by selecting this also you can change this color. Right, as per your requirement you can make this as little beautiful. You can change the text color also. So it was in black, go for some other color. So reduce the resolution, make adjustable as per your screen. Just go for zoom. Or you can also do by using control and with the cursor. See, even there are some borders, so that's why you can see some black line. So there is some borders to this particular object. Now right click on this, in the properties we can remove the border also. Same way for zoom. So like that you can, by using the basic objects, you can animate it. So only in this session what we have done, we have learned about basic objects. Now we will learn completely about the properties. So what I have done, I have changed the color, I went for the properties and I have changed few things in that. So we will be learning what is this properties and what are the things are in the properties, and like how many things are useful for us to animate this particular object. I think it was clear. Now I am going for new screen and we will be working with that screen. Just go for rename. Here working with the properties. Suppose I am taking a line. So already you know about line, I think. So that's why like I have taken it, I have created it directly. Now go for right click on this. Now we will learn about properties. See, this window is nothing but similarly, generally what happens, this window will be in the downside. So we will be calling this window as with two words, either inspector window or like for to see the properties. This window is most important like thing in the PLC or in the SCADA, because in the PLC if there is any error, you will go to the inspector window. In the inspector window you will check all the errors and you will give the solution from there. In the same way, when you are working with the SCADA, properties window is the most important thing. Why? Because we will completely work with the properties window, and to change the color, to animate something, or if you want to give some control operations to a switch or to control operations to a slider, whatever the things you are doing, more probably you will be working with only with the properties. So that's why I have taken separately, I am explaining about this properties window separately. So when you right click on this, when you go click on the properties, sometimes window you cannot pop up. Why? Because it was already on the downside. So to make it as pop up, once you please expand or extend to the above level. Now you just observe that, and this is to collapse or minimize. Right click on this, go for properties. Now the window will be pop up, I mean it will be expanding. So again, if you want to collapse, you can do that. So when you enter into the properties, the first one you can see is complete information about this line. What is its appearance, what is the layout, flashing, style, what is miscellaneous, and after that animation. So for the lines we don't have any animation, so it was not showing you anything. The same way when you go for the events, okay, for the events you don't have any events. Like I will let you know what is animation and what is event. First we will work with the properties. Sorry. In the appearance, the first one is you can change the line border. I mean you can change the width of this. Example, if I am keeping it as 20, you can observe that. If I want to make it as 30, you can also do that. Okay, and if you want to see this line, right now this line is in the form of solid. I mean there is no breakings or anything was not there in this from starting point to ending point. If you want to create something like that, go for dash. So there are some gaps. In the same way, points. So all this line will be in the form of points. Dash dot. So dashes and dots. Dash dot dot. So I mean dash dot dot and like that. So you will be selecting as per your requirement. So currently solid is enough for me. So as per the visualization you want to show it, you can also do that. And you can change this color of the line. Right now it was in black color, you can change to some different colors. Right? So I think this is clear. If you want to go with the So line ends, it is completely about the ends. So ends is nothing but the first one and the last one. So default it was in the form of normal one. So if you want to make it as arrow, you can also do that. Starting as an arrow. No, I don't want to make it as starting. So what I will do, I will keep the starting as default and ending I will change to arrow. Right? And this is, you can use based on your requirement, and you can show the flow of a water, or you can show some navigation place. So based on the requirement you can show this arrow. And the same way line ended shape, so understand that example, if I am not using arrow, if I kept as a default, then you will get to know clearly. So currently it was round in both the ends. When you go for flush, it will be, there will be no round. Right? I think appearance was clear with the line. Next we will go with the layout. So layout is nothing but position and size, and position is nothing but what is the position of this line on my screen. Example, see, I will change this X position, automatically the line will be shifted to the, so when I kept 100, it was went for the left side. If example, I am keeping it as 1000, assume, so it went to the right side completely. So go for 600, it will be better. Go for 500. So I am changing the X position. Right now Y is constant and X is getting changed. If you want, you can also do one more thing, you can change the Y position. Right? So generally where is X0 and Y0 position is nothing but on this corner. If you want to know that, do one thing, keep it as 0. It was in this corner. Right? I think you got my point. This is about the position of the object. See, remember, whatever the properties I am showing to the line, it is similar to the remaining things. Like even if you go for a circle, polyline, polygon, most of the properties will be as it is, and few things will be changed as per the object. So this position will be there for all the things, because whatever the object we are placing on the screen, that is placed on some certain position, right? In the same way, width. Sorry, it's length. Sorry, it is length. So length of the line you can change. So with this you are not able to edit. Why? Because in the appearance you already decided what is width. Okay, maximum is, so that's why it was not giving you that operation here. So already with you are able to access in the appearance tab. So there is one more thing like start point, end point. So example, this is my start point. If you want to make this one here somewhere, you can also do that. Just observe this, what I am doing completely. So when I change the start point, automatically you can get the elevations, I mean slope, each and everything. So in the same way, end point, I'll make it as 100. Y I will make it as 0, or X I will make it as 0. So like this, you can change the layout of the particular line. We'll move to the flashing. So flashing is nothing but during the runtime. Currently I am not showing the runtime, okay. When we are working with the runtime, then this operation will be useful. If I select it as standard enabled, I mean, so when I select standard enabled, what happens? This line completely will flash in the runtime. During the runtime condition, I mean when you are monitoring on the SCADA, this line will be flashing. We'll see that, don't worry. Styles and designs are nothing but like so you can select the line. So this is like nothing but default line what we are using. So example, when you're dragging it and dropping on the screen, so at the time I think you have seen same line with same width. So generally the only one thing is there in the SCADA. So about the line, that is by default whatever the line is there you can select that. And so we are not using that the style and design command while we are working with the line. Moreover, next one is miscellaneous. I think we will see about the miscellaneous also.